beautiful friends, it's Lisa here from Arcaneandstellar. Welcome to my channel, and I really do hope that this timeless pick a card reading is going to be helpful. So we're going to be looking at the question, what is coming in my love life? What is coming in love? This is a question that we're focusing on today, and hopefully we'll get some interesting, informative, helpful answers that will lead you towards your highest good, or, a higher source of knowledge that will help you anticipate, future events. But anyway, with that being said, we have 4 different groups to choose from. And by the way, this is timeless, but I will say that as I'm kind of looking at this, whenever you watch this, I'd say that these changes could happen within the next 3 months. Let's say month to 3 months. Okay, that's kind of the vibe I went with when I was shuffling. So 1, 2, 3, or 4, those are the groups. And of course, choose which one is really calling out to you intuitively. Of course, pick a cards are very much reliant on our own intuition as viewers. Whenever I'm viewing a video, it's my responsibility when I'm picking a card to use my intuition, because obviously the reader themselves, they're not able to actually help you get to your message. It's your intuition that's going to lead you there. So take a moment, really, and focus on what's drawing you. And you may find yourself drawn to more than one, and that's totally fine as well. So, like I said, just intuition's paramount in pick a card readings. So, definitely tune in. Anyway, with that being said, thank you so much for being here. If you want to have some extra content, you can join here as a member on the channel. 3 different tiers, you can check that out. You can also get personal readings with me too through my Etsy store, which is linked up in the description box. And there's also links to the decks that I'm using as well today, so you can check that out in the description box. There are also ways to give back to the channel as well through donations via PayPal or, Venmo, or through my Amazon wish list. And thank you, really, honestly, for being here. And I hope, like I said, this is informative and helpful. Hello, my friends. So you've chosen group number 1 here with this beautiful flower. Let's find out what is coming in love for you. Oh my goodness. This is kind of funny actually, because we have eternal love. And I just recently did a members only video for singles. It was a requested video. Someone had requested. And so I went ahead and did that. And I think it was the first group actually that had this exact card come out. So kind of curious if any of my members here had chose the same group over there in that reading. Because, okay, we have eternity, consistency, and soulmate. We also have goal. And to me, I think first of all, just kind of looking at this as they came out, we have the goal in eternal love. And I feel like a lot of you are really aiming towards the one. And I'd say that this kind of reflects the idea of people who are in a place where they're aiming for long-term commitment. They're aiming for a soulmate. They're aiming for someone special. And I know some of you, and I bet you a lot of you actually that are watching are like, well, who isn't? But actually there are a lot of people that are in different places in their life. And this doesn't, there are plenty of people that are just into casual. They're just hooking up, or they just want to date. They don't want to get tied down. There are plenty of those people out there. This group, you're not one of them. And if you are here, then probably you didn't pick the right group. if you don't align with this energy. This is like the type of thing too where I feel like what's coming in love actually is that you're going to be meeting this goal. The other cards really specify this as well, like the sun. So this is definitely a lighter and happier period. I actually feel like you're going to be meeting someone extremely significant in the next few months. So, yeah, wow. I feel like you guys actually might be meeting the one. And I have a good feeling for a lot of you. This is like the type of person that you grow old with. It's somebody that you're going to spend a long time of your life with. You know what I mean? So we're looking at a long-term partner here. And the sun, of course, can talk about something being kind of revealed even in a way, because of course the sun can reveal certain things. And so it's like they appear. And the sun also makes me feel like there's something fresh coming through. So either, I have to say, I would say this is probably, a new person in your life, something, that's not from the old, not from the past, but somebody new and very innocent. The sun could indicate that this starts out in a very innocent way, friendship, that sort of thing, a bright and happy time, honestly. And then, of course, we have the heart and the key. And the heart, of course, talks about love, charity, and forgiveness. And again, like I said, when we're doing a love reading and the heart card comes out in Lenormand, pretty good, especially when it's in relation to the key, because of course the key can talk about liberation, destiny, resolution, and this is another thing, the idea of destiny and the key. Of course, keys, you know, they open doors, and I feel like you're actually really opening a new door in terms of your destiny. And of course, we have people come into our life, you know, in different formats, you know, but in your case, it's going to be a romantic format where this person's pivotal towards your growth, you know, as a person, towards your evolution as a person, and very much is destined for you. And that's what I really feel is a destined partnership coming your way. And like I said, this person could embody, by the way, sun qualities, which can be very charismatic, very bright, very innocent, very outgoing, very social. It's like this person could have a very bright aura to you as well. They might, you know, kind of pop out to you, you know what I mean, as you meet them. So very, very nice. Like I said, this person will have the key to your heart. I think you'll have the key to their heart. And it feels like you're really, this is a relationship also of purpose, is what I feel. Like I said, it's going to fulfill a purpose for both of you. It's like where you guys are coming together and you're going to be key aspects of each other's destiny and life paths. So I have to say, very positive. I like that. But let's get some charms and see what else is coming through here. Okay, so I cannot find the thing I usually use for my charms. I have like a little, I guess, little wooden thing that I usually use, and I don't know where I put it. So unfortunately, we're just going to be looking at them. Now, I noticed that the soldier came out. Now, here's a funny story. The first time that I met my husband, well, right before I met him, I flew to another country and I got lost. Not lost. I basically didn't have enough money for my next ticket. And luckily, I'd met someone on the plane. I went over to their house. Thank God I survived. And he was a nice guy. And his girlfriend was very sweet. But anyways, I found this soldier on their balcony. And I've kept it all these years. And that was 20 years ago that this happened. Anyways, so I've had this for 20 years. But anyway, no, actually, this is not the right one. Hold on. This one I found, oh wait, hold on. This one I found by a lake. Never mind. The other thing is actually not with me. It is with me. It's just not in this charm thing. Actually, I never put that there. It's a metal soldier. Sorry. This one I found at a lake. Sorry. Ugh, I messed up my story. Anyway, it just came to my mind. But anyways, yeah, no, I was my husband and I went to a lake and I found this on the sand. But of course, we could talk about somebody with military background, right? Soldier. So this could be some energy here. But also, like I said, you could meet near the water, because that's where I found this, near the water. And that sort of thing. And again, we see, although it's old, it reminds me a lot of like the connection, like possibly, you know, lasting for a long time. Like, look at this. We don't know how long it was there. It just was laying there and all that sort of thing. Anyway, yeah, the metal soldier is a different one. I forgot. I was just like thinking about that. And I remember I thought about putting it in my charm kit, but I didn't, because I was like, no, it's a little bit too precious to sit in there. Okay, anyway. We also have kind, free, true, brave, peace, strong, thankful, happy, compassionate, kind, you know. So we have all these beautiful attributes on this particular charm, showing that the connection that you're going to be having is full of happiness, you know, of good things, of good qualities, of good quality of character. And even with military, I mean, I think we could, you know, argue, not argue, or have a good debate, or, you know, there could be different sides to that. But generally, the theory and the, you know, kind of characteristics behind, you know, the military as an example, can show discipline and honor and these sorts of things, bravery, courage, that sort of thing. Anyway, and then we have Treasure Island. That's kind of funny because of the water part. So I kind of wonder if you guys will travel with this person on a boat or go to a lake or, you know, like pond or near the water or something like that. Or maybe this person really likes the water. That's really interesting, kind of a little coincidence there. And of course with Treasure Island, again, I feel like in some ways you'll feel like you've met somebody that's treasure, you know, like a treasure as well. And then we have the mushroom from Mario. And I don't know if you guys have ever played this game, but this game in Mario, this makes you like kind of grow up. And so again, I feel like this signifies growth. You know what I mean? That there will be, and again, growing old, you know, kind of advancing in life, you know, not just intellectually and emotionally, but through, you know, your age as well. And then we have this dice here in the little cage. And so to me, it's kind of like very lucky. It could feel like fate is involved in this connection, like you met at the right time. And of course, both of you could be a little bit of gamblers as well. And then we have Aquarius, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. So these are the signs that are showing up. Oh, that's interesting actually, because we see kind of like, well, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. So I kind of feel like maybe this person has all these qualities, you know what I mean, to their chart. Because that's often the case because, of course, you know, Venus and Mercury can't be that far from the sun. You know what I mean? We also have never, never give up. So again, this person could be a very driven person. And as well for you spiritually, I think that your spirit guides wouldn't want you to give up on love. Know that you're going to meet this goal. You know what I mean? Especially if at this moment you find it in moments of this, you know, being discouraged. We also have, oh my God, the yin yang sign. So we have little yin yang. Or yin yang, some people say it. I've heard it's yin yang. Okay, so I'm saying it the way I was told to say it, to be, you know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, we see that perfect balance, that perfect harmony. And I think that you and this person are really going to balance each other out in a lot of ways. So I have to say, and travel, a big part of it. I feel like travel, you could meet career goals. I feel like, well, and what I find beautiful about this is that there's the water, there's the air, and there's the fire. And I feel like, you know, we're getting this sort of very nice energy, you know what I mean? Like with a lot of, a very faceted relationship, you know what I mean? With a lot of different facets. And anyway, but that's what I'm seeing for you guys. So actually, I want to say you guys have a pretty good prediction for your love life, I have to say. So thank you so much for being here. I wish you the very, very best. If you want to get a personal reading with me, you can do that through my Etsy store, which is linked up above in the description box. You can also join here as a member if you want to get some more exclusive content. And yeah, I wish you the very, very best. Take care of yourselves and lots of love. Hello, my beautiful friends. So if you chose group number 2, this is going to be your reading. So what is coming up in love for you? So you've got the little birdie. And let's see what the cards say. Interesting. So we have the card of self-love here. So self-concern, self-healing, independence. We also have care. Parenthood, patron, support. We have the Knight of Wands. And we have the Child and the Clouds. What is coming up in love for you? I actually am going to take charms first. I kind of did it later on in the reading for the last group, but I'm going to kind of do it earlier to see how they play into the reading. Okay. Wow. Okay. I do really get the sense of self-love for real, because we have you versus you along with self-love. So I do want to say for a lot of you in terms of love, there's a strong focus on yourself and being with yourself, loving yourself, you know what I mean? And even with the cameo as well, you might be attracting a lot of attention. I'm going to tell you that you might be in a period of your life where you're attracting a lot of attention, and you may find that things are not too serious at this time. I will say, I do see someone coming in, okay? And actually, I will tell you, and I know this may be a message that some people won't want to hear. I do have a feeling that there could be a connection that will sort of dissipate. I don't know if this person's coming yet. We have the Knight of Wands, but we also have the Child and the Clouds. Now, the Clouds can cause doubt, confusion, secrets. It also can represent something kind of temporary as well. And so with the Child here, we could have a beginning of something, but it kind of doesn't really go too far. As an example, it might dissipate a little bit. It might be like you're not sure. Now, for others of you, it's not to say that there isn't somebody out there for you, and there absolutely is, and that's the important message. But I'm going to tell you, I don't think that you're going to be getting that over the next 3 months, okay? Just to be real with you. And I think this is a beautiful time to focus on yourself. You have a soulmate out there. You have somebody that you're really going to settle down with. If you are in a place where you're like worried that you'll never get anyone, that you'll never meet anyone, no, you will. And you have a soulmate coming, in fact, actually. But I just don't know if it's at this point in your life yet. I feel like over the next few months, there may be dates, and you should enjoy them. You know, enjoy the possibilities, but understand that what comes over the next few months is unlikely to last. It's likely that, you know, this is a time where you're just focusing on yourself. It's a happy time. I don't see depression here. I don't see sadness. So I feel like, you know, this is a time where it's like you can make a lot of acquaintances. We have Gemini. You know what I mean? Like you might be talking to different people, or you might have the chance to really, you know, but I feel like you're going through, you know, times in your life where you're working on yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? You know, recycling, you know what I mean? You're just kind of going through, you know, different things, becoming who you're meant to be. And I really don't feel it as a bad thing. We have love and be loved. And like I said, I think that there will be love in your future. Absolutely. There's such strong correlations here for that. I just feel like in these few months, it's unlikely that you'll meet that person just yet, but they are out there. And I feel like Spirit just wants to reassure you of that, so you don't feel like, oh, well, shit, nothing's gonna happen and that sucks. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. We have lived the life you love. So it's like in the meantime, you spend the next few months just enjoying yourself, really focusing on yourself, right? And knowing dreams come true. It says here, wishes do come true. Sorry, I thought it said dreams, but it says wishes. Apparently my reading skills at first glance are not that impressive, but it's kind of small though, to be honest. But yeah, and wishes will come true in this situation. You will find somebody, and for some of you with parenthood there as well, it may be, especially for single moms or single parents, it's single dads. You could definitely find that you're more focused on yourself, on your children, and maybe you're opening up a little bit more, but it's more about healing and getting to know yourself and just enjoying yourself for who you are at this moment. And yes, somebody will come in there that will be a good partner for you and your children. And I think that's a special message for some of you. You know what I mean? Knowing that there will be somebody out there for you. And again, even the child here. So we see children here in two different places. So I definitely feel like, you know, there's that. And again, maybe you've already kind of gone through certain cycles in your life, and, you know what I mean, some of you may have recycled a relationship, you know what I mean, like kind of put it to the bin as well. And you're fine with this energy because you're like, yeah, I'm moving forward with my life. I'm excited. There seems to be potential. I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to focus on me, you know, and then for some of you, like maybe it's focusing on you, on your kid or your kids or that sort of thing, and just seeing where life takes you. But again, to reassure you, you will find a long-term partner. I really do feel that. I don't see anything that blocks you from that. I just don't feel, because again, I'm not seeing depression. I'm not seeing lonely. I'm not seeing depressed. Okay? I'm seeing happiness for the most part. And again, attention, perhaps, connections, but it's you versus you. You're kind of more focused on yourself during this period. And that's a good thing, because it is a period of potential. And like I said, some of this potential will probably, not last, right? Even the Knight of Wands can kind of rush in and rush off as well. But you won't be sad for it. And maybe, too, you're in a place where you're more accepting, where you're not like, heartbroken. You're like, okay, well, if that's not the one, then that's not the one, and I'll wait for the one. And rest assured, you will find the one. Okay, we have Treasure Island here as well. So again, we can talk about you being on a bit of a journey trying to find that treasure island, but you know, there are lots of adventures along the way, and I think that's just what you're really experiencing over these next few months. And I like, again, I think you have a lot of powers of persuasion. Again, I think you will actually, I don't know, some of you, I might feel like you might post your pictures more, or again, attract more attention, or just somehow have that sort of power to kind of entice or, you know, bring people to you. But it's not necessarily that you want to handle any of them. You know what I mean? Perhaps you're waiting out for the one. And like I said, I do see the one, and I see a very key, important figure coming, but it just might not be at this time. You know what I mean? During these months. So, what a wonderful reading. And I know this was a bit shorter, but honestly, you know, what can I say? It is what it is. I don't feel like there's much more to say about this besides just enjoy these next few months and know that there'll be lots of admirers around you. But maybe you won't settle down with any of them, but I think you'll feel good and you're on your path. You know what I mean? It's just part of your journey and your path forward towards a more stable connection perhaps in the future. And again, there is love in your future, just probably not in these few months that we're looking at. And again, you know, I'll do another reading about love in the next few months, and we'll see. Could change, of course. But anyways, I want to send you guys lots of love. Thank you so much for your support. And if you want to get a personal reading with me, you can do that through my Etsy store, which is linked up in the description box above. You can also do donations to the channel via Venmo or PayPal. All that kind of stuff is in the comments as well. There's also my Amazon wish list if you want to get something off of there. And if you want to get more exclusive content, you can join here as a member on the channel and, you know, receive more info there. And all the readings there are timeless, so there's plenty of things to binge watch. But anyways, lots of love to you guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Hello, my friends. So if you chose group number 3, this is your reading. So let us find out what is coming in your love life over the next few months. So we've already had some really interesting and diverse groups, so I'm kind of curious to see what your cards say. I can't remember what I shuffled, so sometimes I'll see some of the cards and sometimes I don't. And then, of course, I shuffled earlier, so I don't even remember what I shuffled because I've done so many things since that time. So we have Mask. We have Deception, Pretending, Inconsistency. We've got Profession, Expertise, Omniscience, and Talent. We have Six of Wands. And we have the Moon and the Fox. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and take some charms to see how it kind of plays into the reading. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so I'll stop there. Now, let's see here what we've got. We've got the Wolf. Okay, let me see here. Just gonna kind of put these over. Just so I can kind of keep an eye. Oh, shoot. What was that? So basically, one thing I'm seeing here is that there could be a very strong focus for you on career over the next few months. Oh, that says Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth II. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, okay, I see definitely some focus here for you probably on professional endeavors. And actually, for some of you, I really do feel like there could be. You may meet someone through profession, or some of you might be focused on somebody in profession, in your job, as an example, or in your career. Some of you might be sharing an attraction with someone. Some of you might be harboring feelings for someone. And I kind of feel as if that's your situation, I can tell you that I'm not quite sure that it will go anywhere. It might be that you're kind of hooked on it, but it's not exactly moving forward, okay? Just going to be real. It could be that you're checking someone out at work. I just kind of worry that it may not exactly, it might be that there's a lot of caution involved, a lot of hiding of the feelings. Perhaps both of you are wearing a mask as an example. So this is the type of thing where I feel like there's somebody. And you may even also be more prone to having secret admirers, but not necessarily anyone coming forward as well, okay? That's the other kind of thing that I'm seeing here possibly. Like, I definitely feel like there's somebody struck by you. Absolutely. We have this heart, you know, with the arrow, right? So I definitely, and we have the heart here as well. So I have to say, like, there's definitely a mutual situation that could really occur here for you guys, where maybe it's like you and another person are quite struck by each other. But at the same time, we get this sort of like lone energy. We have a cat and a wolf. And I know that wolves are, of course, are pack animals and all that sort of thing. But at the same time, we also have the saying, the lone wolf. And so it makes me feel as if there's two people who just aren't quite opening up. It's almost like they're toying around with each other, or they're just kind of like circling each other a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe there's a sense of independence, but that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. Again, I think that there could be honor. Gosh, it feels as if perhaps there's honor, status, money, career somehow involved here. That's kind of what I'm feeling like. Maybe, again, there's something there. Like, I'm really picking something up like that, possibly. Now, we have, and I'm going to say that you're quite attractive, though. Like, that I want to say, like, again, I feel like you have admirers, okay? Because we have these ones in particular really bring forth this, like, sort of admiring energy. Like, you definitely have people that have their eyes on you, but you in particular might have your eyes on someone else, or for instance, and then we have of course we have this guy over here too. So that really makes me feel of like somebody with work, very driven kind of personality. But again, I do feel like there is somebody that likes you, okay? But I do feel as well that there is something here, and even this thing reminds me of like something that draws, almost like a magnet, like very magnetized something. And yeah, we have never, never give up. So it's like you're not giving up on this easily, as an example too. You might be really crushing on someone, and you're like, no, I'm not giving up over the next few months. It doesn't go away. Although I can't exactly say, honestly, you know, and I'm always honest in my readings, I don't exactly see progression. There may be certain, I don't know, because, you know, with the Six of Wands, of course I'd love to say that, but the Fox, especially at the end of the end of it, the second card, this can show, you know, kind of cunning, you know, kind of sneaky, you know, cautious energy. And so, and just kind of with everything else here and the mask and stuff, I'm definitely feeling as if, and even the Six of Wands can be kind of like a pride, you know. So it's almost like you could be, and you know what's funny? We've got this one, and it really caught my eye because it kind of fell out, but it wasn't on the table. But it's almost like, you know, you haven't quite unlocked this yet. You know what I mean? It's like it's not quite unlocked, or it doesn't quite unlock over this period of time. But that doesn't mean that it can't go somewhere in the future. We have Aries here and Aquarius. Or Virgo, sorry, Virgo. I think this one, this particular, this one is, sorry, Virgo. So we have Aries and Virgo here. And so these could be signs, you know, that are included here. But of course, we can also talk about knowing somebody through work, you know, this sort of thing. Again, there could be different personalities also. This could show that you guys have two different types of ways of being. But let's see. Oh, and then we have the Shakespeare quote, and every fair from fair sometimes declines. And then, of course, oh, and by the way, we have angels watching over me. So actually, one thing I'll tell you is you do have some angels really watching out for you. And maybe you need actually a special message for that, which I'm going to use a deck that was given to me off my wish list recently. And I've tried to message the person to say thank you and give them a reading, but they haven't responded yet. And I forgot to mention in the intro. Receptivity. I am guarded is the trigger statement. The true statement, my heart is open. This is a time for you to receive new information. Open your heart to receive it. So one thing I'll tell you is that Spirit could be hoping that you'll really open up a little bit more. And if you have noticed yourself rather aloof or shy to open up, definitely, try to open up a little bit more, to shine a little bit more, because I feel like you're actually quite, I feel like there are people that have their eye on you, but I do feel like in particular there's one. So this is a very interesting reading. I'm kind of curious because it's very specific, I feel, in many ways. So I'm kind of curious to see how much this will actually end up resonating with. Of course, if you felt like, you're like, this does not resonate. Well, of course, then maybe you've chosen the wrong group, As I mentioned in the intro, of course, pick-a cards are very much, kind of, tuned into our own intuition. Like, it's our intuition that has to kind of pick the group. I can't pick them for you, unfortunately, or I would. That's what I do in personal readings, right? But I can't do that on a pick-a-card, obviously. But yeah, definitely, I do feel like you're on a very destined path in some way. Like, I do feel like you're in a good, it's not bad, but I kind of feel as if there's not a whole lot of progression. And again, maybe this is about certain transits that you're going through with constellations up here. It could be certain astrological occurrences that are kind of blocking forward movement per se, or causing certain things. But, again, I don't see, the depths of despair. I don't see anything bad here per se. And again, some of you just might be more focused towards, goals, profession, that sort of thing in general. And you attract attention, but you're not exactly taking it. Maybe you're being a sly little cat yourself, a little bit independent, not exactly opening up too much. And of course, with any prediction, we want to remember that we have the power. In all reality, we have power to change our actions, to change the course of events. If you feel like, you do want love or something like that, definitely, I would feel like Spirit's sending the message to, take off the mask, be a little bit more open, see what you can put out there, to the world. Because I do feel like you're very attractive at this time, very, a lot of people could be drawn to you, actually. So if you give them the chance, right? Anyway, that's what I'm seeing for those of you that chose group number 3, and I really do hope you enjoy it. Again, some of you might just be kind of, nursing a crush, you know what I mean? Kind of nursing on a crush, and like maybe not necessarily being too open about that. Maybe you feel it's inappropriate or something. But anyways, I wish you the very best. And if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, I'd love to do one. You can get one through Etsy, which is linked up in the description box, above. And then, of course, if you do want to give back to the channel in any way, I have my wish list there, and ways to donate as well, money through PayPal or Venmo. And then if you do want to get some extra content, I do make exclusive pick-a cards behind the scenes here in the members area on YouTube. So you can check that out if you'd like. But anyways, take care of yourselves and lots of love, and I will see you next time. Hello, my friends. So if you chose group number 4 here, the final group, let's see what is coming in love for you guys. So if you didn't hear in the intro, this is going to be aimed towards the next few months, like 3 months maximum, I think, I would say. And that was sort of my intention as I was, shuffling. And so it's timeless. You don't have to watch it at the time that this is filmed. You know what I mean? If it's 6 months down the road, it still can apply 3 months ahead, okay? So this is just... that's what we're going for. So you've chosen this beautiful cutout. It's actually a paper cutout. It's not a sticker. So let's see what's going on here. Oh, so we've got real estate, wealth, investment, mega project. That's interesting. We also have compromise, agreement, reconciliation, consideration. And then we have the star. One second, what is... I've got Aquarius, Saturn. Okay. The bouquet and the lady. And I'm going to go ahead and do what I've been doing with the other groups, is I'm actually going to take charms initially, and then we're going to tie them in and see how they fit. So... Okay, so one thing I'm going to tell you is that if you are in a relationship by chance, and I kind of feel like some of you might be that are watching this one, in fact, you and your partner might be doing some deeper things in your life, like more wiser investments. Some of you might actually be buying a house or looking into real estate, or again, moving. Some of you might be moving your relationship to the next level, moving in together. Again, we have compromise here, so there might be certain agreements that need to be made. But overall, it's quite nice, what I'm seeing. Now, of course, not all of you will be in a relationship, but I wanted to kind of specifically address that for those that are. Let me see here what we've got. We've got Sagittarius and Scorpio. We've got the snake, the cat. Okay. Okay. So we have a lot of good energy, to be honest. We have the star, which can indicate a time of, I would say, great potential. We could also be looking into the distant future, planning kind of ahead as well with this, looking towards the long term. For a lot of you as well, we see the lady here, which can represent the querent, so you as an example. Even if you're not a lady, this could still be you. For some of you, if you are masculine or you are attracted to ladies, then I would say that this could actually show, you know, that romantic relationship happening, because we do have the bouquet, which is very nice, flattery. You know, it comes with that, flirtations, social connections and stuff like that too. But so I kind of feel like as if, especially if you are in a relationship, like I said, I think everything should be going fine. Again, there might be further investments being made. Overall, we have the 2 hearts that came out, which actually I really like. So I do feel like a lot of you have some kind of perspective here in love. Like you have somebody, or you're going to have somebody or something like that. There's definitely something going on here with love, okay? Because we see 2 hearts, and we even have the ghost dog, and we have Nala. And what is that? Those are both characters that kind of represent friend and energies, right? And kind of like sidekicks or, you know, supporters. And so again, we could see relationships developing between friends, or again, a friendly connection. So if you've been having problems with a person, like romantically as an example, we could see friendship growing again, or that sort of thing, you know, because I see that duality there. So it makes me feel like you're not alone. And if you are, you might not be for long. There could be something developing, something with some potential here. We've got the shell here, which, you know, can talk about, well, first of all, one of the tarot cottage, I always still say this because she just struck me when she said that, but she would say talk about secrets or something like that, or, you know, that sort of thing. But I also think of like it being the type of thing where you can hear, you know, something like, it's almost like something otherworldly, right? Like when you listen to that, it's like you're transported to another place. So there might be a focus on transporting yourself to a different place in some way as well. We have, and I wonder if some of you might be going to the sea with a person, or being near the water or the beach, because we have a mermaid and the shell. So there's definitely maybe beach vibes or vacation vibes or traveling vibes. We have Sagittarius here too. So water and like, well, Sagittarius not water, but I'm talking about the other things, and Sagittarius can be travel. So I kind of wonder if you and a partner might be talking about travel or something like that, or maybe you're talking to someone at a distance. Maybe some of you will meet someone at a distance, somebody who maybe lives by the seaside. Doesn't have to be, but yeah, possibly. And then we have the Scorpio. So that could be a sign here. Sagittarius and Scorpio, these are adjacent signs, obviously. So as well, that's very common for people that have Scorpio placements or Sagittarius placements to have the vice versa, because Mercury and Venus can never be too far from the sun. So, you know what I mean? It's quite common that you'll see people with, you know, like let's say Venus and Sagittarius and Sun and, you know, let's say Scorpio as an example, etc., etc. Same with Mercury. Anyway, so we might have these type of signs prominent or somehow involved. And we have as well this little yen. I think it's yen. I think that's the name of it. So we have money, perhaps. Again, for me, this is like foreign. Another foreign sign is an example. So we have 2 kind of signs for me that indicate foreign. far away, dreaming, you know what I mean? And then we have the tennis racket. So again, to me, this reminds me of like kind of, you know, competing back and forth, that sort of thing. Again, there might be compromises that need to be made in a relationship. I would want to say that it would go well. So even if there are arguments or problems, I would want to say that they would be, you know, kind of worked through. Okay. We have the cat here. And for some of you, there might be a happy independence here as well. Some of you might be getting a cat with your partner, perhaps, but I feel like there's a contentment, I feel. And we also have the leaf, which to me can talk about turning over a new leaf, you know, new changes, new possible changes here. We have be the light. Again, I feel like that there is a sense of guidance here as well as encouragement. We also have this one. It says, do as you would be done by. Almost too simple, but this is all you need to get by. So doing unto others as you'd want done unto yourself. And again, this might be something that really pervades the relationships that you're in, you know, treating others as you want to be treated and vice versa. And then we have the cross here as well, which can talk about, you know, Christianity, obviously, religion, spirituality. I don't feel like it's burdens. In fact, I think that more there's a strong spiritual presence in your life, or you're feeling very connected spiritually, that sort of thing. And of course, this could be a topic. Religion, beliefs could become a topic of conversation in your relationships as well, in your love life somehow. Do you know what I mean? And then we've got the snake here as well. To me, snakes can represent healing, energy, shedding skin. And that's kind of more of the vibe I'm getting, is that it's like you're moving forward in some way. So like I said, if you're single, then I would have to say that I feel like there would be a presence in your love life, okay? That there would be somebody around, or a potential. And, you know, if you're in a relationship, like I said, there may be certain compromises, but I feel like the investment's there. And again, there could be that real estate investment or some sort of serious kind of long-term investment going on between you and another person. You might be really looking at something more future-oriented as well. And this might be a time where it's really easy for someone long-term to come into your life as well. So, you know what I mean? I don't see anything here that worries me for your future in love, per se. I think that there's definitely potential here. I will say that for some of you, and this is for a very few of you, and I have to say it, and I know some of you are gonna hate me for saying it, especially because I hate when this happens, because I know that especially nervous people could get nervous when they hear this and they'll think, is that me? For some of you, I will say that you may have certain flirtations come towards you, but you're maybe not interested in the long term. I have to say that you may be sifting through a little bit in terms of like maintaining your independence in some way. And some of you actually might be doing something very independent over the course of the next few months, like buying your own home or something like that, or doing something for yourself that's a very long-term investment. And I feel like you're only taking people in that would be part of the long-term investment, like you're thinking big and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So you're kind of like to people that don't really match that energy. But overall, though, I do think that there is somebody probably that's going to be present in your life. I do have a good feeling that a lot of you that chose this group might already have a relationship. And if so, then I would say things are going well. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't say that I see something too bad there for you. Again, there may be certain compromises that are, you know, needing to be done. But again, I think it could be done. You know what I mean? Anyway, so that's what I'm seeing. I wish that you guys have a beautiful day and you are blessed and happy. And I wish you lots of luck in your love life, of course. And if you like this reading, of course, a thumbs up would be nice, you know, commenting down below. If you want to get a personal reading with me, you can through my Etsy store, which is linked in the description box. And also, of course, I do have the members area here on YouTube, so you can get some more exclusive pick a card content behind the scenes. So these are videos that are only for members. And there's plenty to binge watch, and they're all timeless, so it can be fun. And I just did a singles reading there, actually just yesterday or the day before. So yeah. Anyways, lots of love to you guys. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.